Andrew Cuomo may possibly be getting canceled. Here's the headline in Politico by Bill Mahoney. Being playful, Cuomo says he teased staff, agrees to independent inquiry. Subtitle, the embattled governor says he never intended to offend. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo on Sunday offered his most detailed response yet to allegations that he sexually harassed two staffers, saying in a statement that his comments were intended to be good-natured and that he was sorry those interactions had been misinterpreted as an unwanted flirtation. Cuomo, facing increasing criticism of his fumbled attempts to hand the issue off to an independent investigator, admitted Sunday evening that he likes to tease people in the office. I now understand that my interactions may have been insensitive or too personal, and that some of my comments, given my position, made others feel in ways I never intended. I acknowledge some of the things I have said have been misinterpreted as an unwanted flirtation. To the extent anyone felt that way, I'm truly sorry about that. Now, wait just a minute. Where's this audio I had from the other day? Remember how Cuomo apologized over his handling of all the dead senior citizens? Remember the arrogance in his outburst? That it was, if he has anything to apologize for, it's to apologize for being distracted. Here we go.
We should not have created the void. We should have done a better job in providing information. We should have done a better job of knocking down the disinformation. You'd never knock down all these conspiracy theories, the political conspiracy theories, because they generate 10 a day. But we should have done a better job of providing as much information as we could, as quickly as we could.
So he's not going to apologize for sending senior citizens to their deaths. What he's going to apologize for is, we didn't do an adequate job of talking to people. We were too busy focused on fixing the problem. He didn't fix the problem. He killed a bunch of senior citizens, and he refuses to apologize for it. And now here he's saying essentially that I'm so sorry if people were offended. I didn't realize that my teasing staffers was coming across as sexual harassment. For example, telling one girl that did she ever date older men because he liked to date younger women, and was she interested? Now the New York Times headline, under siege over sexual harassment claims, Cuomo offers apology. Governor Andrew Cuomo on Sunday sought to stem the growing political fallout over fresh allegations of sexual harassment, acknowledging that he may have made inappropriate remarks that could have been misinterpreted as an unwanted flirtation to a young female aide during private meetings last spring. Mr. Cuomo, 63, said his comments, including those which emerged in an account from the aide Charlotte Bennett, were an extension of life spent at work, where he sometimes teased people about their personal lives and relationships. The response from the governor seemed to reflect the gravity of Ms. Bennett's accusations and those of another female aide last week, as well as the potential damage they could cause to Mr. Cuomo, a third-term Democrat. Mr. Cuomo, who emerged as a national leader during the pandemic, also repeated his calls for an independent investigation of his own behavior, though the decision over who would oversee that inquiry has already proven torturous. His initial choice of a former federal judge to lead the investigation was met with overwhelming criticism, as was his second suggestion that Letitia James, New York's Attorney General, be paired with Janet DeFiore, the chief judge of New York State's highest court, to jointly pick someone to investigate the matter. The Attorney General rejected the proposal. Finally, late Sunday, Cuomo relented again, saying in a statement he would grant subpoena power to whoever Ms. James designated as an outside investigator, as Ms. James has demanded. Now, my initial reaction to this was that it doesn't matter. He can be Ralph Northam. You know, Ralph Northam, in his college yearbook, either appeared as a Klansman or in blackface. He won't admit which was him. And he just apologized generally and refused to leave. And Cuomo could do the same thing. Cuomo could just apologize, as he did on Sunday, have the press circle the wagons, protect him. He's got his brother on CNN who won't talk about the story at all, and just move on. Except I was informed by a knowledgeable source that there's a different situation here than in Virginia, and it complicates things for Andrew Cuomo. With the Andrew Cuomo situation, the progressives in New York realize there's blood in the water. And Cuomo, ironically, is the one major New York Democrat who has dug his heels in to keep the party from going even further left. Cuomo is already of the left, but a lot of loud voices in New York want to move the party even further to the left, including the Attorney General in New York. They want to move the party left further than Andrew Cuomo has wanted to move the party left, and there's blood in the water now. And they sense they could destroy him. They could at least prevent him from running for a fourth term. And so Ralph Northam, who is term limited, he's only got one term. It's a quirk of the Virginia Constitution. Governors can only serve once, and then they got to leave. They can come back a second time, but they can only serve 4 years and then have to at least step down for a term. In New York, Cuomo's on his third term, has been thinking of running for a fourth term, and they've got the opportunity now, the ammunition, the firepower to be able to stop him, and that is what they want to do. So he knows he's got to scramble fast and will probably have to make some compromises to the left. Otherwise, they're going to wipe him out. But the lesson is from Ralph Northam in Virginia that all Cuomo's got to do is say, I'm sorry, and refuse to talk about the story and move on. And much of the media will give him a pass because they're desperately afraid it could help Republicans in New York. Remember, New York is a Democratic state, but Republicans are still viable as moderate to liberal Republicans. Pataki, Cuomo, even Bloomberg for a while. There are opportunities there for the GOP. And Cuomo knows it, and they know it, and the media knows it, and the media loves Andrew Cuomo, and they're willing to give him a pass. Even though he's more expendable now with Donald Trump gone than he was before, the media still loves him because he's their governor. So many of them live in New York, and they all voted for him.